Welcome to East Chattanooga. We have reached the end of the line. You can see that. We have no more track. So what we're going to do to get back to Grand Junction is we're going to use our turntable to turn Southern 4501 around for our return trip. Now our table was manufactured in 1916 by the American Bridge and Iron Foundry. It was originally used by the Central Georgia Railroad down in Macon, Georgia, at their facility there. They quickly outgrew this table in about 8 or 9 years, and they moved it down to the end of their branch line in Cedartown, Georgia. In 1982, we picked it up from them, brought it up here and installed it here. The original day was July 4th. 1982 was the original day of starting to use a table here at TVRM. Now, our table is 80 foot long. You're thinking, how could they outgrow an 80 foot long table? Well, 4501 is about 86 foot coupler end to coupler end. Okay, when we bring 4501 onto the table, there's about 9 inches of rail left in front of the pilot wheels. And there's about 12 inches of rail left behind the tender wheels. This is about the maximum size steam locomotive that you could put on this table. So that's what they were using to pull trains back in the day. Because they were building longer trains and heavier trains, they needed bigger steam engines, bigger tenders, needed a bigger turntable. Now to put in comparison the weight of our turntable, 80 foot, 80 tons. Everybody knows the space shuttle, right? Okay? Now the space shuttle sitting on the launch pad at Cape Canaveral with no fuel and no payload weighs 75 tons. This table weighs 5 tons more than the space shuttle. Now Southern 4501, when it left out this morning, it has 16 tons of coal and 13,000 gallons of water in the tender. It comes up, it brings the weight of that locomotive and tender up to around 210 tons. Plus our 80 tons makes it 290. And then we'll bring on Southern 4501. As it comes on the table, that end's going to drop down, of course, but there's a 6-foot diameter bearing in the center. We really don't have a choice because it has to fit on the table. So it's not like the table's going to be perfectly balanced, but it's going to be balanced enough to turn. Now back in the day, this is known as an Armstrong table. Armstrong. Once the locomotive and tender were balanced on the table, 6 to 8 men would get out and turn it by hand. Okay? Now today, when we installed this table here at TVRM, we electrified the table. But don't worry, electricity will not pass through a bad conductor. I didn't even get one laugh out of that one, though. Boy, hopefully the next train will be away. All right. So what we're going to do, our conductor Bo is going to press one button with one finger and activate a 25 horsepower motor to turn our locomotive. And with that release of steam, by the end of the day, I have no creases at all in my pants. Now, Southern 4501, believe it or not, is on our Elizabeth class. It's on the National Register of Historic Places. This locomotive is famous. It was built in 1911 by Baldwin as a Mikado class locomotive, meaning the wheel arrangement is 2-8-2. There are 2 small pilot wheels, as I mentioned, just about off the end of the rails here. Then it has 8 driving wheels, 63 inches in diameter each. Then it has 2 trailing wheels underneath the cab for support. Now this locomotive, the Southern Railway used for 52 years in their mainline freight service. After that, they sold it to the K&T Railway, up in Tennessee, and they used it in their coal service. Now in 1960, Paul Merriman and Robert Sewell, two of the founders of TVRM, paid $5,000 during a hole in their pocket. They were looking for a steam engine to buy. So they heard about the K&T selling this locomotive. They went up there, parted with the money, and drove home a steam engine. So here we have it here at TVRM. Now what Bo is doing is he is going to spot us on track 2. When the 4501 leaves the table, it's going to go down past our passenger consist and go through a switch and then back onto the other end. Let's see what we got. All right, our conductor has us lined up. As they take Southern 4501 off the table, they're going to stop here. We're going to go up to this crosswalk here and go over to the back shops area. We will be crossing over about 8 tracks. The restroom facility is on the right-hand side after the second set of tracks. Please watch your step crossing over the tracks. Stay on the walkways and do not climb on any equipment, please.
I'm sitting on this side, Mason.
What are you doing, bro?
You watching this train?
The train's going back in here. Look, we just did it. And then it's going to come choo, 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 right through here. Wesley,
What?
what are you hungry for, bro? Can we go get your bag? Alright, you have fun. Where's this is? It's going to be right there. Sorry. I didn't mean to make vlog. I just want to make